Rockstar Games is a company known for many things: their graphics, their gameplay, their storytelling, with Red Dead Redemption 2 being, in my opinion, one of, if not the best story game of all time. And a good story is nothing with a bad ending. Think about The Boys or Stranger Things. Both really good shows, but when the ending fell flat, it ruined the whole vibe of the show. I mean, people convinced themselves there was a whole secret episode because the ending was so disappointing. But we're not talking about TV shows. Rockstar loves giving you a choice in how the game ends. That way it's harder to be disappointed. Whether you choose who lives or who dies, or whether you choose what happens, but the story still ends in the same result. And after recently finishing my first and very delayed playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2, it got me thinking, how will GTA 6 end? Okay, so let's start with what we know. GTA 6 will follow two protagonists, Jason Duvall and Lucia Caminos, in a Bonnie and Clyde type story. We can see from the trailer that Lucia is in prison for something, which we don't know why. Jason used to be part of the military. They rob a bank at some point, as you can see here. They visit a pier, and we don't really know too much else about the story that is really confirmed as far as I'm aware. Obviously, there's some like smaller details and stuff, but this isn't a what we know about GTA 6 so far video. So yeah, that's just kind of like the main stuff that we know so far. But one theory is that Jason is actually a cop, or he used to be a cop, and this is because we saw what looks to be a cutscene of some police officers, and Rockstar almost never shows a cutscene that doesn't include the main character or the characters you're playing as, which means unless there's a secret third character that's a police officer, then we're pretty sure that either Jason or Lucia are in this scene here, and it just makes a lot more sense for it to be Jason, doesn't it?
Us cops, we gotta protect each other.
Anyway, a lot of the story is a mystery at the minute, which means obviously nothing I'm saying is confirmed, and this is just how I think the story scheme will end based on what we know so far and what we know from other past Rockstar titles. So, as we all know, spoilers for GTA 5 if you somehow don't know. In the end of GTA 5, you get the option to either kill Michael or Trevor, or you can beat the odds and everyone lives, which, thanks to online, is the canon ending. And in the end of Red Dead Redemption, you can either help John or you can go back for the money, which both end in the same result of the death of Arthur Morgan. So I think it's safe to say that in GTA 6, we'll at least get an option to kill someone, right? And I think even though I chose option C in GTA 5, I think a character death does create a better ending than if everyone lives. It's more like final, and if the story's done properly, you don't want to see the main character die, which creates a more like emotional and memorable ending. You know, you remember the death of a character more, like it stays in your head for longer. Like, as much as I love Arthur Morgan, I mean, who doesn't? I feel like it was good for the story to have him die, because you don't want him to die. You don't want to see Arthur Morgan die. You want him to live, which creates a more emotional and memorable and powerful ending. The only problem is that if you kill someone, you can never play as them again until you make a new save. Like in GTA 5, when you kill Trevor, you can't play as him anymore. So, like, say in GTA 6, if you were to say kill Lucia, you wouldn't be able to play as Lucia anymore in free mode, and you'd just be locked as only being able to play as Jason. Okay, so one way that I think the GTA 6 story will end is that Jason will die and Lucia will live. And if this happens, I think it's pretty safe to say that Lucia will be the one that kills Jason. And I think this for a few reasons. One, like I say, there's a good chance that Jason will be a police officer in GTA 6, whether it's X or undercover. And at the start of the GTA 6 trailer, we see Lucia is in prison. Now, what if Jason is the one who got Lucia arrested? Maybe he gave the police a tip on where she was or what she was doing. We still don't know why she was in prison. So what if Jason was a cop and Jason was the reason that Lucia got arrested because he snitched on her to the other police or whatever it may be. But Lucia doesn't find out that Jason's the reason she got arrested until later in the game. And when she does find this information out, she feels betrayed, like her boyfriend is the reason she was in jail for however long. Again, we don't know how long Lucia was in prison for. And when she finds out, she decides to shoot Jason. Now, even if Jason is not a cop, it has been said that their relationship may be a meter in GTA 6, which would be similar to the honor system in Red Dead Redemption 2, where the decisions you make during gameplay influence how strong Jason and Lucia's relationship is. Maybe, for example, Jason goes to the strip club and the relationship gets weaker. But maybe if like an NPC asks out Jason on the street or something, and if Jason says yeah, the bar goes down, and if he rejects her, then the bar goes up. I don't know, something like that. And in GTA 6, maybe they'll take this, concept to the next level, and the strength of the relationship and your decisions during gameplay in free roam will have a real impact on how the story will end. If the bar is low, then killing the character will be easier. Like if the relationship's really weak, then Jason would have an easier time shooting Lucia, or the other way around, than if the bar's really strong, they'd be more hesitant to kill someone, right? Right, so for example, Lucia finds out Jason is a cop, and Jason is the reason that Lucia got arrested, maybe. If the relationship is strong, she will forgive Jason, and if it's weak, then she will kill Jason. Or maybe she won't kill him, and if the bar's kind of in the middle, their relationship's kind of neutral, they'll just split up at the end and go their separate ways at the end of the story. And if it's really strong, of course, they would both live happily ever after, and she forgives him. And this also works both ways. Maybe Lucia does something that results in Jason killing Lucia. I'm not sure what that would be. Maybe because Lucia's in prison at the start, she's a bit more of a wild card, and she keeps putting herself and Jason into bad situations. She's clearly done something in the past to mean that she's in prison. So maybe she keeps doing things that aren't very smart, I guess, and putting herself and Jason into bad and dangerous situations that Jason doesn't want to be in. And in the end, he feels like he has to kill Lucia to protect himself. I also think there's a good chance that both Jason and Lucia die at the end of the story. I mean, the main inspiration for GTA 6's story is Bonnie and Clyde. And if you know how that story ends, Bonnie and Clyde die in a police ambush. So I think it's a real possibility that Jason and Lucia will both die in a similar fashion, either by a police ambush, just like the original story, or maybe Rockstar wanted to do something different, but it ends in the same result as the original. Maybe they get killed by some gang members, or whoever the big enemy of the story is. Or maybe I think it'd be cool if Jason and Lucia kill each other. Like, imagine if Jason and Lucia are standing somewhere after whatever has happened in the story, with Jason pointing the gun at Lucia, and Lucia's pointing hers at Jason, and they have a little conversation about whatever, and then they both pull the trigger at the exact same time, killing each other. I think that would be a pretty cool and unique way of doing it. But you might be wondering, right, who will you play as in free mode if Jason and Lucia are both dead? I mean, unless there's a secret third character, you've not got anyone to play as. So if you think back to Red Dead Redemption 2, at the end of the story, Arthur Morgan dies, and you get put into the epilogue where you play as John Marston. But how about, instead of getting to play as another character from story mode, after Jason and Lucia die, the credits roll, and once the credits are over, the screen fades into the character creation menu. And that's how you get to create your GTA Online character. I think that would be a really cool way to unlock GTA Online 2 or GTA 6 Online. And of course, maybe a month or two after this game's been out for like a month or two, online would unlock for everyone, because some LARPers don't want to play the story and they just want the game for online. So I think after a little bit of time, online should unlock for everyone, even if they haven't finished the story. But at least I think when the game first comes out, for the first little bit, I think it would be really cool if you get to create your online character after the end of story mode. But anyway, this is all just my theory and speculation. None of this is actually confirmed, and it's just my prediction for how GTA 6's story will end. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to hear other people's theories on how they think GTA 6 will end. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want more videos like this. I was planning on doing a playthrough of GTA Vice City before GTA 6, as I've never actually played Vice City. I started it a while ago and then thought it'd be good to do it on YouTube, and I've just not went back to it. So I want to do that soon. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Bye.